front, a look there at Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, a couple of rivals doing battle in the NFC North. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and that's Kairos Santos to get us started. And off we go from the Windy City. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 7. They'll go play action with Love. This one is caught by Reed. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's 3rd and 2. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. A gain of 17 yards. First down, Packers.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball in the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the bootleg, it's Love. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Duvernay on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On second down, it's Williams. Another one there for Burden. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They get 24 on that one. Good for a Bears first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. From the 38 now, here's second down and 9. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. In trouble, and down he goes.
And he did everything he could. He's trying to keep this play alive, but there's just too much penetration from this defensive front, and they end up taking him down behind the line.
It is 3rd and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They'll go. It's Swift. First down and more inside the 20. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. Bears in possession here to start the second quarter as they go to work on 1st and goal. They'll run with Swift. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Bears.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. It's up and good. And the Bears come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. To the left side in the hands of Watson. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One 1st down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in 1st down.
He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Catch made there by Watson. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Toward the middle, that one caught by Watson. He's taken down just shy of the 10. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this. On 2nd down, Love. That's to the left side, taken in by Golden. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Matthew Golden. Touchdown, Green Bay. Now it's McManus for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bears offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. He hits Loveland on the RPO. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Now Williams. He's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Micah Parsons getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Throwing on 2nd down. Williams will get about 6 before he's taken down. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here's Williams. He gets this complete to Burden. They'll get 19 out of that play. 1st down, Chicago.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And they are not able to draw closer.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bears offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Swift. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Williams. That's a short one caught by Loveland. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Packers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Love. He'll go underneath to Jacobs. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's going to have a Packers first down. He'll get this up past the 40-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, it's Love. That's Dobbs open left side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. From the 33, here's 2nd and 8. In motion, Reed. On play action, Love. Look wide, get this one complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Here's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll go for it. Love. That's taken in, and they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. A big play there on 4th down. Good for an even 20.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Here's Jacobs. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
McManus on for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers will take a 21-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Duvernay on the return. Whoa! And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bears offense ready for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Shotgun, it's a give to Swift. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
He's really struggled with his accuracy all game long, and when you look, Mike, I think he's had some opportunities downfield to connect with his guys, and it's one of the biggest reasons they find themselves trailing here late in this game.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Now he's just going to flip this forward. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. Third down and 9. To throw it again, it's Williams. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th. But they will turn it over on downs. The Packers offense ready to take over once again. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation. Use as much clock as possible. Up a couple of scores as they start this drive. 1st and 10. Up the middle with Jacobs. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
That is to Wiley, open on the left. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Now Love. He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Love quickly out to Watson. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. From the 21, here's 2nd down and 5. Love out quickly to Dobbs. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. This defense in desperate need of a stop, and here comes 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
McManus's kick is good. And the Packers have run out to a 24-7 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down, they need 7. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Colston Loveland was the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
And he'll indeed pick up a Bears 1st down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the 4th down conversion.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense. They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
Throwing again. Williams. To the perimeter, he got Odunze on the out. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They get 10 yards on the hook up there. Good for a Bears first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Williams to the air once more. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision. Maintain possession of the ball.
And he did all he could, but he's going to be forced out at the line of scrimmage, well short of a first down. So it's a win here for the visiting Packers. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen.